Hello. Today I want to talk about the beautiful gift that having our own business offers us if we are open to it, and just reflect a bit on the employee mindset, the entrepreneur mindset, and how that really is such a liberating opportunity if you can. I mean, obviously, if you don't have any previous experience with spiritual practice or meditation, then you might still be living in a framework where you think that what you imagine is going to happen in the future is going to happen, and you still get really disappointed when it doesn't go your way. And that could be youth, inexperience. It could be a lot of things that you're still really believing that if you make a plan it's going to happen. Like my 9-year-old just can't handle that, that we say that in next week we're going to go and visit our cousins and it doesn't happen, and he's so disappointed. So he's still learning that plans are ephemeral. And I know for a long time in my business, I was still learning that lesson. I was still learning, and in life, I was still learning that we have plans, we might have dreams of what might happen, and then there's reality, which can be aligned with that, and it can be different. The thing is, when you have a job, I know this because my partner's a teacher, so at the end of the year, because he just has a year-by-year contract, it's really intense for him. He's got that oppression as a man that he thinks he has to bring in all the money for the household, and it really weighs on him that it comes to the end of the year and suddenly there's this big uncertainty about whether or not he's going to have a job next year. And when this happened a couple of years ago, I was a little bit shocked about why he was reacting so intensely, because I just always assume that he is tracking with me on our lessons. Like, there are things that he's way better at, like way more advanced in than me, like just general kindness. But then there are other lessons that I can see, oh, I'm tracking ahead of you on this, and I forget like that we do that with each other. I just assume, oh, I've learned that, so of course he knows that. So I was looking at him freak out about not having a job, or being just this uncertainty about his job next year. And then I realized, oh, having a business has really given me an increased capacity to endure the uncertainty of cash flow, the uncertainty of where will the next client come from, where will the next bit of money come from. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's very uncertain being in business. There's no boss, there's no mummy or daddy or teacher who's going to look after us and usher us to the next period at school or tell us what our next expected task is. There's no one to answer to. It's all on us. It's very uncertain. And I think that is actually a great blessing. And what I said to my partner at that time, and what I know in myself, is that life is actually always that uncertain. And that's very uncomfortable. As humans, all our planning and dreaming and strategizing and creating structures, from my perspective, that is all just an attempt to overcome that uncomfortable feeling inside us that we actually really don't know. We really don't know what's going to happen next, and that scares the shit out of us. That's perfectly natural. That's perfectly normal. It also feels really good to conjure up a fantasy about the future that suits all our desires and cravings. This beautiful future where it's all going to go our way, it's going to feel so great, we're going to get everything we want. Of course, that feels a lot more pleasant than the discomfort of sitting in the present moment and being aware that we don't really know what's going to happen next. We don't know what's going to happen next week. And the reality is, even if you have a 1-year contract for your job, even if you have got clients booked next week, or you have planned a launch of a course, yeah, that might happen. But yeah, you might wake up tomorrow and the aliens have decided to land. I mean, that's extreme. But you know, someone in your family gets horribly sick. There's some kind of accident, really unforeseen. There's some kind of financial crisis that's beyond your control. There are a lot of external factors that come at us, just as general householders and as a business owner, even more so. So we're given this beautiful opportunity to increase our capacity to endure that uncertainty. We don't know how many people will buy our next offer. We don't know who our next VIP client's going to be. We don't know how many spots we're going to sell on our group program. It's completely uncertain. This is just a supreme reality of life and a natural human nature reaction to it. And being an entrepreneur gives us this beautiful opportunity to increase our capacity to endure that. And hopefully you have a meditation practice or something like that that's also helping you get more comfortable with the discomfort of uncertainty. I think it's a gift and I think it's a blessing, and I can see when I talk to other people, I can see that my capacity for uncertainty is very high. And it might just be my age. I'm 46 now. Maybe I've just grown out of the fantasy that all my plans are going to come true. And definitely I still buy into it. But everything I do reinforces this lesson for me. Like I had a summit last year, even with goal setting, it's a factor. That, yeah, for the summit, I had certain goals. I had a goal that I would grow my list by 12, what was it? 1,200 and sell 120 VIP passes. So I'm not saying don't plan. I mean, yes, have a contract for work for the next year. Yes, have a job. Yes, have a launch plan. Yes, set goals for the amount of sales that you have. And be very aware that that is uncertain. That's just a direction that you're pointing yourself so that you're taking the right actions and moving in a direction that you want to move in. But the outcome is uncertain. What there is some degree of certainty over is the way you show up in that structure, the way you show up like with patience, compassion to yourself, kindness to others, without scarcity and like energy vampiring other people. Just that you are in yourself and you are okay. You have control of how you show up. So that's the place to work. If you are really struggling with uncertainty, it's like, well, who am I in this moment? Like, am I bullying other people to try to get up what I want? Am I using marketing tactics that aren't actually aligned with my values because I just want it so much? I just want that. That's real craving, right? That's real desire and forceful energy. There are times where I don't sell as many spots as I was like. You know, like I have a goal for my hourly rate, and there are times where I sell a course and I didn't hit my target. But I have a target that I'm working towards, you know, and everything I do in my business I know is moving me in that direction. I think that's enough. I hope this is helpful. I hope that anything I've said gives you some sense of relief. Maybe you feel really unresolved. Maybe I've just stirred it up in you, but I think it's an opportunity for you. I'm sending you lots of compassionate love. I do understand how uncomfortable it is, and I just know if it's really uncomfortable right now that you are probably growing. Growing is really uncomfortable, and there are really good moments as well. You know what it's like when you haven't planned something and you go somewhere and something spontaneous happens. That's the other beautiful thing, is that some beautiful growth will come and beautiful connections and relationships, and I hope you have a really beautiful day. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.